All right, I have a little speech here. Yesterday marked the 20th anniversary of the Doc Johnson fire. Many of you here today were working with Doc Johnson during this time, but for those of you that weren't, this building behind us, our main manufacturing facility, burnt to the ground during the night of September 20th, 1995.
Ayer se cumplió el 20 aniversario del incendio de Doc Johnson. Muchos de ustedes aquí hoy están trabajando con Doc Johnson durante este tiempo. Pero para aquellos de ustedes que no estuvieron, este edificio detrás de nosotros, la noche del 20 de septiembre de 1995, se quemó.
Even though we lost our most important building, the lifeblood of our company, we were very lucky that night that the fire did not jump to any more buildings. We were also very lucky to have such an amazing support system, from our suppliers to our distributors, to our bank, to our friends and family, and most importantly to our employees, the Doc Johnson family.
A pesar de que perdimos nuestro edificio más importante, el alma de nuestra empresa,
Goddamn wind.
que perdimos nuestro edificio más importante, el alma de nuestra empresa, tuvimos mucha suerte esa noche que el fuego no traspasara a otro edificio. También nos sentimos muy afortunados de tener el sistema de apoyo increíble, como el de nuestros proveedores, los distribuidores, nuestro banco, nuestros amigos y familia, pero los más importantes, nuestros empleados.
For 40 years, this company has been built on American manufacturing, and in one night, everything was almost destroyed. September 20th could have easily marked the end of Doc Johnson, but just 6 days after the fire, we were up and running and had poured our first product. It is incredible what we are capable of when we band together with a common goal in mind.
Desde hace 40 años, esta empresa se ha construido sobre la fabricación estadounidense y en una noche todo estaba casi destruida. El 20 de septiembre pudo haber marcado fácilmente el final de Doc Johnson, pero en 6 días después del incendio ya estaba en funcionamiento y distribuyendo nuestro primer producto. Es increíble lo que somos capaces de hacer cuando nos unimos con un objetivo común en mente.
Strength and resilience are defining characteristics of human nature. Without them, it would be easy to get knocked down and not get back up. I find it fitting that the sculpture my dad made to remember this event used the metal support beams from the original building.
La fuerza y la resistencia están definiendo las común.
Where's Sandra?
La fuerza y la resistencia están definiendo las características de la naturaleza humana. Sin ellos sería difícil quedar derribado y no volver a levantarse.
The fire that night grew so strong and so hot that the beams bent and melted into the rubble. My dad had them commissioned into a sculpture that has stood in our common area for 20 years now. And what a 20 years it has been. Our company has expanded. We have built new buildings, new machinery, new equipment, new departments, and we have done so while continuing to maintain our position as an industry leader.
La escultura que mi padre hizo para recordar este evento son las vigas de soporte de metal del edificio original. El fuego creció tanto esa noche y tan caliente que hizo que las vigas se doblaran y se fundieron en los escombros. Mi padre se encargó de convertirlas en una escultura que se ha mantenido en nuestra área común durante 20 años y que 20 años que han sido. Hoy en día nuestra empresa se ha expandido, hemos adquirido nuevos edificios, maquinaria nueva, nuevos departamentos y los hemos hecho sin dejar de mantener nuestra posición como líderes en este mercado.
We have done so while continuing to stay true to our core principles as an American manufacturer. I don't know what this sculpture has symbolized to you in the past, but I hope from today forward, when you look at it, you are reminded of what we are capable of, not just as individuals, but together as a company, that our strength and our resilience does not waver in the face of adversity, but in fact grows stronger. I see a great beauty in the idea that like these beams, we might bend, but we will not break. These beams were once the backbone of a building. All of you, us together, are the backbone of Doc Johnson. That was the end of the paragraph.
Lo hemos hecho sin dejar de ser fiel a nuestros principales fundamentales, principios fundamentales como un fabricante americano. No sé lo que esta escultura ha simbolizado a ustedes en el pasado, pero espero que a partir de hoy hacia adelante, cuando la miren, sea el recuerdo de lo que somos capaces de hacer, no solo como individuos, sino juntos como una empresa. Que nuestra fuerza y nuestra capacidad de recuperación no vacile en la cara de la adversidad, pero en la realidad se haga más fuerte. Veo una gran belleza en la idea de que, al igual que estas vigas, podríamos doblarnos, pero no quebrarnos. Estas vigas fueron una vez la columna vertebral de nuestro edificio. Todos ustedes y juntos somos la columna vertebral de Doc Johnson.
Throughout our 40 years, one man has stood the tallest and the strongest. I know him as my dad. Some of you know him as Ron. But I also know that he is affectionately known around these parts as El Gallo. When you think about it, there couldn't be a more perfect comparison. The rooster is nothing if not defined by its consistency. Come rain or come shine, the rooster is there every single morning. The same could be said for Ron. Through good times and bad, through our struggles and triumphs, Ron has been a consistent presence for us all. For 40 years, he has led the charge of Doc Johnson, and I know that we all feel comfort in the fact that he walks through the door every single morning, come rain or come shine.
A lo largo de nuestros 40 años, un hombre se ha mantenido de pie y el más fuerte. Lo conozco como mi papá, pero también sé que se le cariñosamente es conocido por estos lados como el gallo. Cuando lo pienso, es una comparación perfecta. El gallo es definido por su consistencia. Llueva o salga el sol, el gallo está allí cada mañana. Lo mismo podría decirse de Ron. A través de los buenos y malos momentos, a través de nuestras luchas y nuestros triunfos, Ron ha sido una presencia constante para todos nosotros. Durante 40 años se ha llevado la carga de Doc Johnson y sé que todos sentimos la seguridad en él, de que está aquí cada mañana, llueva o salga el sol.
He has talked to me over the last 10 years and I have been working here about wanting to update the sculpture, but unfortunately over the years he's not been able to do so. So today, on the 20th anniversary, I am honored to present him with a new take on our sculpture. While it might look different to the eye, I hope that it remains an important symbol in our hearts. I hope it means as much to you as it has to him. And after Diana, without further ado, it gives me great honor to present to him our new sculpture and the symbol of our strong future together. Last 40 years. You don't have to say that, it's okay.
Bueno, ya saben que hay comida para tomar, festividades, disfruten. Y gracias por estar aquí.
Hi. Hello. Okay, there we go. I want to thank everybody. Chad for just coming up with this idea, everybody that helped. But I really want to go back, and it's kind of a tough spin for me, to go back to 20 years. There's a lot of familiar faces here that were here that day and that night 20 years ago. And it was a pretty devastating moment in all of our lives, not just mine, but in everybody that was part of Doc Johnson at the time. I mean, all of us really didn't know if we would have a job the next day. We weren't sure what our fate was going to be. And very much like Chad said, we were blessed with absolutely and positively the most wonderful people that we worked with here at Doc Johnson, who absolutely stood up to the challenge of what needed to be done that day. And people just took charge of whatever they needed to take charge of. And I remember one of my big concerns was the fact that we had no security. And, you know, it wasn't like today with the internet and finding security and having security and so on. And I remember Diana's father, where's Diana? Diana's father, and we had two guys in maintenance, Johnny and Johnny, I used to call them. I remember one of them was Johnny Gordon. I don't remember the other fellow's last name. They, in what is now the casting room, they actually slept there at night, they ate there, and I have to tell you, they took turns sleeping and eating, and still they were the first ones up in the morning, and the first ones to make sure that whatever needed to be done started getting done. And as Chad said, it was some sort of a miracle that 6 days later, we poured our first mold, which we really didn't know what we were going to be able to do, and we didn't know how long it was going to take to do it. And for all those people that were here that day, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my family's heart. It meant a lot, and it means a lot today. And I do look forward to being here every single morning. I look forward to seeing many of those faces. I look forward to seeing all those faces. I don't get to see them every day, is what I meant. And I want to thank everybody else that's here. I mean, when you look around, people have been here very long periods of time. 7 years, 9 years, 14 years. I just asked somebody how long they've been here, and they told me 14 years. I mean, you all know that people just don't work that many years in one place anymore. And we're very, very fortunate to have the Doc Johnson family. And this is our Doc Johnson family. And these are the people we look forward to seeing every single day. And they're part of our lives. And this day is very special to me. And it means a lot what was done to this statue, which I kind of built myself and designed it. And I wanted it here always. And I know that I made a speech when I originally did it. And the reason for it was so that all of us that were here at that time would remember, you know, turn off the machine at night, put the rags in the buckets where they belong, don't leave electrical on, don't leave an iron on. So, you know, for 20 years, you know, knock wood, it's been wonderful. And I just want to thank everybody, and much to Chad's disappointment, I'm looking forward to the next 20 years. Thank you, everybody. I want to make a special thanks to Chad for coming up with this idea. It's very gratifying, Diana, for interpreting the speech. I really appreciate it. I have a copy, and I'll read it off. Okay? Chad, thank you from the bottom of